Now, can anyone tell me what are some of the qualities of character? What makes a person a good person when it comes to his or her behavior? She said, yes. So being nice? Yes, being nice. I heard nice. So being nice to people? Yes. Speak up, please. Doing good deeds. So being nice and doing good deeds. Anything else? What about honesty? Kindness? Yes. The golden rule. Treating others the way you would like to be treated. Yes, here, first row. What's that? Respect. What is that? Oh, no. Yes. Responsibilities. And one more over here. Someone, quality of character. Anyone? Yes. Fairness. To be fair. Well, I'll tell you, what were some of the qualities of character people liked about me? What they saw in me. What are some of those qualities of character that you hear about? Yes. Leadership. And so in particular, what are some of the qualities of good leadership? Yes, over here. Respect. Okay, respect.
Fairness.
Fairness again, young lady.
Loyalty.
Loyalty. Responsibility. How about honesty, generosity, humility? I did not think, ladies and gentlemen, listen, for I'm going to tell you that when it came to those things which I achieved, I determined when I was not so much older than you, that I should do great things, that I would achieve much, and without a formal education, losing my father when I was 11 years of age, I had my older half-brothers and I had friends of my family who stepped in and stepped up and were able to educate me, to guide me, and to serve as models in my life. When it came to the American Revolution, all of those qualities of character were tested. We lost many good men and women from 1775 to 1783. 5,000 African Americans served in the Continental Army during the 8 years of revolution. Do you think it was easy going up against the superpower on the planet at the time? What the odds of us winning were very, very slim to none. The British had everything on their side going for them. But what do you think they did not have going for them? Yes.
They didn't know where they were.
In a sense, I think if I'm reading you, young lady, they're not on home turf. We had what you might call or refer to as home field advantage. And of course, what about our cause? What were we fighting for? Give me some things that we were fighting for. Yes.
The British were fighting to keep you guys out of your Chinese, and you guys were fighting to have your own.
That's exactly right. And I heard freedom over here as well. But, shh, ladies and gentlemen, I'll wait. I'll wait, for it was very difficult for me to hear the young lady in the first row. I think she had a thought to share, and I think when we talk about respect, absolutely. I respect you. As soon as I stepped out on this stage, you are my fellow citizens. You are my fellow human beings. And I have respect for you. So please show a little respect when it comes to not only yours truly, but your fellow students. So yes, would you care to repeat?
You guys, the British were fighting for you guys to not have your independence while you guys were fighting to have your own independence.
So we're fighting to be independent, to be free of control. We were under the control of Great Britain. We wanted to become independent. We did not want that situation to continue anymore. We wanted this radical idea that we could govern ourselves. Was that common back in my time? The belief that people can govern themselves? Yes. Oh, I don't know. It wasn't, from my perspective, it wasn't too common. I lived in an age of kings and queens, emperors and empresses. So monarchs, that was what was common. That kind of leadership, that kind of governing system was what prevailed. But this idea that we can govern ourselves, that we can make our own decisions, okay, that we can plot and steer a course of our own, that was very rare in the world in my day. So that's what we're fighting for. So young lady, when it comes to independence, thank you for allowing me to elaborate, but freedom, justice, I heard a number of responses which please me to no end. Now, you all in the 21st century, how would you rate where you're at right now as far as how far you have come over the past, what is it now, over 230 to 40 years? Does the United States still exist? Yes. What about the Constitution of the United States? Is it doing quite well? It's not. Oh, that's a mixed response, but I'll play the optimist here. It's a mixed response. So please know that the one thing when it comes to my life, after the American Revolution, 8.5 years of hard fighting, did not go home but once, really twice, on my way to Yorktown and on my way back to headquarters in New York after the defeat of Cornwallis at Yorktown. Went to Mount Vernon, 8.5 years of war, really did not see my home. Sacrifices were made, and imagine, many of my fellow citizens wanted me to be a what? Well, before that, before we knew about the office, before there was an office of president, be king. And what was my answer? What was my response? An emphatic, yes, young lady. I said no, and as the young lady stated further, I retired back to Mount Vernon. When so many individuals wanted to see me become a king, my answer was always no. After all, what had we been fighting to get away from? Monarchy. Again, this idea, remember the idea that we can govern ourselves, that was very radical. That was very progressive. And so I retire back to Mount Vernon, and that is what seemed to favorably impress my fellow citizens. That I was not hungry for power. There was also humility. I did not see myself as being the be-all and end-all. I did not see myself as being indispensable, but apparently other people did. So I retired back to Mount Vernon in December of 1783. But I would come out of retirement, wouldn't I? And attend the Constitutional Convention in 1787, what we called the Grand Convention at the time. And I was unanimously selected to be the presiding officer of that convention. And then, of course, a new constitution was created. And it went to the states for ratification. And they saw fit, my fellow citizens did, to make me the first chief magistrate, the first president of the United States of America. Do you think being first is easy? No. How many of you have had to be first in any endeavor, and because everyone is watching you, there is added pressure? How many have been in that situation? You've been a number of, wow. A number. Whoa, a number of students have been in that position. Well, you can imagine, why would I have been so concerned about being first? For, among other reasons, those who come after me, what or who are they going to look to as a model? Yeah, so the pressure and individuals, that's right, that's correct. Individuals whom I would never meet, my successors to the office, would see what I did when it came to their own behavior and their own actions while in office.